So in our previous video, we had completed writing up the API. Okay. So what I will do is now I have to go through the designing of our front end. Okay. So here you can see we had modified this to files at the beginning when we were setting up the project. Okay, so what I will do is I will go ahead and add a UI library to our project. Before that, let us go ahead and start the development server. Let us just run pnpm dev and it will start the development server. Okay, so you can see it has started the development server. I'll go here and you will see this is opening localhost port 3000. Okay, here you will see we have written here like NextJS authentication tutorial. Okay, so we'll be implementing a UI library that is a shared CN UI. Okay, I'm directly navigating to the installation page. If you want to read the docs, you have this particular installation part. Okay, if you want to read the introduction of shared CN, you can see this is not a component library. It is how you build your component library. You know that most traditional components, you can read all of this series. Okay, so this is actually, it's not a component library. They are saying that. So click on Next.js, and after clicking on Next.js, you will have this particular note that is telling if you are not using Tailwind version 4, you should use ShadCN version 2.3.0. Now run the init command to create a new Next.js project or to set up an existing one. Okay, so let us copy the command, and if I do a right click in my terminal and hit enter, it will go ahead and add a shared CN part. Okay, so here you can see which color would you like to use as the base color. So I'll be using zinc. Okay, so I'll be using zinc. You can use any other base color if you want. Now in Next.js, you particularly have the configuration for import alias. So in React Vite, you have to customize the import alias if you're using React. Okay, so here you can see the globals.css, and we automatically have this custom variant. Like we automatically have this particular means light and dark theme configuration. Now, if you'll go ahead and add a dark class to your HTML root element, it will go ahead and means toggle the dark theme in shades here. Okay. Now what I will do is I am running the development server. Let us add some components. To add the components, let us first of all add a component that is button. Okay, so here you can see we have this pnpm dlx shadcn at the latest add button. Copy that, right click for paste and hit enter. Okay, after hitting enter, it will go ahead and add the button component here. Okay, so after adding this button component, let us go ahead and create a navigation bar. Now you will see there are particular things that it has created, that this is utils.js. We have this cn that will combine the class names. We shall not use this. It's we will not use this many times in this project. Okay, so there is no purpose of this CN in this project. Okay, so here you can see I have this globals.css. They have added a lot of things, and in the components folder you have this UI subfolder, and you have this button.jsx. Okay, if you are using TypeScript, you will have the extension as tsx. Okay, you have a lot of things here. Like the button variants, there is a class name for the default button. Now you have a lot of variants here: default, destructive, outline, and secondary, ghost, and link. So most this default is the default value for the variant. Okay, let us create a navbar component here. So I will create a navbar dot component dot JSX. Okay, and here what I will do is I will write a RFCE or RFC, and it will give me this export statement for a functional component of React. Now this particular thing is coming from the snippet named as ES7 React Redux React 20 snippets. After installing this extension, go ahead, click on this gear icon, go to settings, and you will have the emit settings. I know this theme is becoming a little bit contrast. Okay, so I like this theme. This theme is called Jellyfish theme. Okay, look, I have told you the theme name. You can go ahead and install Jellyfish theme. This one is the theme that I'm using. I changed the theme a lot of times. Like in this particular project, I have changed this thing 3 times. So you can see I have added this item called JavaScript and the value is JavaScript React. Now this will automatically provide me suggestions for the navbar, this JSX syntax. Okay, now what I will do is here, let us add an navbar element nav. Okay, so nav, then class will be flex item center justify between. Okay, now what this will do is it will create a navigation bar with display flex, like all the elements will be uh, created in one row. Okay, so by default the value is flex row, so you don't need to provide flex row or flex column. So by default it will display all the items in a row. Item center means if there is any misalignment in the navigation bar, all the items will be aligned to the center. And justify button just adds a even space between those many elements. Okay, like if you have a link and a list means a navigation, uh, a brand link or a logo link, and you have a list item, they will be means stretched out across the navbar, having a even space in between them. So I'll add a BG background and /60. This will add a transparent background. Also a class of black backdrop blur MD. This will add a blur effect to the background of the navigation bar. Then we'll have shadow. Okay, shadow. Then let us have padding of 6 1.5 rem from the left and right of the navigation bar. And let us have a padding of, let us say, 0.75 rem, that is 12 pixel from the top and bottom. You can also add a pi4. I think this should look good. Okay, so then we'll have a sticky position. I want the navigation bar to be sticky. And also what I will do is I will add a top 0 so that it sticks to the top of the. Now what I can also do is I can also align this navigation to the bottom, like this should be aligned to the bottom. Now if I want, let us create a route group. Okay, let us create a route group. Route groups are the folders. Okay, so route groups are the routes. If you create a route group inside this particular app folder, we have to create a folder like this, common brackets. Inside that we have to write the route group name. Now this folder name will be not exposed in the URL. Let us place the page.js in that app folder, and in the layout.js what I will do is I have all these things. Now what I will do is I'll copy this layout.js file, or let me show you how to do that, because means uh, we will just write the entire full layout.js. Now here what I will do is I'll write here export const. Let us just do one thing. Let us just copy the code. Okay, I'll not waste my time in writing the entire uh, layout file. Now I'll remove this import statements, the font import, because they have been already imported to the root layout. We are creating a separate layout for this route group. So home, NextJS authentication, and you have this root layout. Okay, so let us do one thing. Let us just add navbar here. Okay, and what I will do is I'll just remove this HTML lang en, and we'll just provide some empty fragments here instead of the HTML tag. Okay, because it might raise one error that HTML cannot be the child of body tag. And if you'll see, we don't have any effects. Now you can see we're having this navbar text here. Now let us just go ahead and customize this navigation bar. Now why did I do this is to means separate out. I think okay to separate out the particular layout from all other pages. Like if we're creating the sign up page or the login page, we shouldn't have this navigation bar showing in the page. So I think we should name it as navbar.component.js. I think there is no problem in renaming this. Okay, if I reload, you will see there is no text here. Let us add one link. Now this link will be imported from next/link. Okay, and we'll have one href attribute that will point out to the home page. Okay, let us add a class name that is text excel font semibold. Okay, and next authentication. Let us save that, and you will see one a text here. Now what I will do is I'll also add viewer class flex. Okay, so I'll add a hidden class here because I want to be hidden by default and empty flex. On medium devices, this should have a flex display. Okay, items center. Okay, and a SpaceX 6 REM. Okay, this will have an even space of 6 REM in between the elements. Okay, now let us just save that and we'll add some list elements. Let us have 4 list elements. Okay, and what I will do is actually I want something like this. Li will have the link component star 4. Okay, so we should have now. I think we can do something. No, we cannot do that. So I'll press Alt on my keyboard, and you can see I'm having this multi-cursor functionality. href will be directly pointing towards slash. First three URLs will be about. Sorry, this will be home, then about. Okay, about and contact. Now the third part, the third link will have one class. Okay, this will have a class which will be button variants. Okay, button variants. This is how you can make the link as a button. You can show the link as a button. Button variants will call that function and save that. If we'll save that, you can see we have got a button here. Okay, now I'll add a login text. Login text here. So you can see we are getting this beautiful button here. Now I'll add a login icon. Login icon. Now you'll see this will give a login icon here. We have to auto close this. You can see we are getting this login icon, but this navigation bar will be only shown to the authenticated users. So let us provide a logout icon. Okay, logout icon, and I'll display the logout text here. Logout text, and you'll see this is the logout icon that is being displayed here. But this home page will be only shown to the authenticated users. Okay, and what we can also do is we can create a drop down menu actually. So let us go ahead and grab out the drop down menu. We can grab this drop down menu, open, and we can also add this drop down menu. But what I will do is I will add another link, my profile. Okay, my profile, and I will save that. Now you can see we are getting this my profile here. Okay, if I'll click this, I'll be redirected to the profile page. Okay, profile. Now we'll design these pages later on after connecting all our authentication pages to the authentication bank. Okay, and this logout, I think this should be made a button. Okay, rather than making it a link, this should be made a button, but we are not creating any hooks here. So I'll provide a link like the user should be logged out. I think this should be a button. Okay, I think we should make it a button instead of a link. Button. Okay, so let us just make it a button instead of a link. If I'll save it, you can see this is a button now, and I will add a class name of cursor pointer. Cursor pointer. Now, if I'll do one thing, like if I'll pass a variant, like it should be outline variant. So you'll see we are getting this outline variant here. Okay, or you can also add a secondary variant. Secondary variant. Now you have the secondary variant, and also you have a ghost variant. Now, if I'll hover, there is no border, but if I'll hover on this, you can see we're having the means hover effect here. Okay, I think we should add this to each and every link component. Okay, so we have a default variant here, but to the rest of the link components, what I'll do is I'll pass in the button variants class. Okay, class name is equal to an object, and we'll pass in the button variants function. Okay, and the variant will be outline, control shift H, or not outline actually, it should be ghost variant. Now you will see that if we are hovering on it, now I think this space should be reduced, or let us just remove this space and let us see how it looks. Okay, I think we have a default spacing here, button variant. Okay, we don't have any spacing. SpaceX 4. Okay, and let us do one thing. Let me add here. Wait a second. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me go here and give it a cn function. Can't I import the cn function? Okay, cn. Okay, I'll call the cn function, and at the end I'll close the cn function. Okay, I have this button variant, but I want this to be mx0. Okay, if I'll save that, let us see what happens here. Okay, mx0 or SpaceX 2. I think this should be good. SpaceX 2. Okay, so now I think this looks decent here. Okay, so this is looking proper. And what I will do is now I will add a sheet component. Okay, I'll add a sheet component here. We have the sheet component. If I click on open, you can see we have a nice sidebar here. So let us add the sheet component. To add the sheet component, I'll write pnpm dlx shared chain at latest add sheet. So I'll copy the command and open a new terminal, and I'll do a right click and paste it here. Press enter. Now it will add the sheet component here. Okay, let us wait for some time. Uh, okay, so let us just add this navbar to this particular means empty fragments if we need to add some extra things right here. So what I will do is I'll copy the sheet trigger, okay, and paste it here. Now let us see what happens. Okay, what I will do is sheet content, or let us say class. Let us add a class here. Class name is equal to let us add, this is hidden, let us say, okay, mm, block empty flex md hidden. Okay, block md hidden, and let us see what happens. Sheet is not defined. uh, so we have to update the imports. Let us copy this import statement from here, and I'll paste it here inside my navbar, and we will see what happens. Now, if I'll go ahead to smaller screen, let us see what happens. Now, if I click on open, you can see, are you absolutely sure? Okay, this action cannot be undone. Now, what I will do is I'll copy this particular list elements. Okay, and instead of writing, are you absolutely sure? So I'll write a menu, or let us say, okay, so let us write a menu, and here instead of open thing, I will add a menu icon. Okay, let us save that, and menu icon, not menu icon actually. Okay, yeah, this is the menu icon. Wait a second, I was correct. Menu icon. Let us import it from Lucid React menu icon. Where it's creating means double imports. I need a single import only. Okay, that is the menu icon from Lucid React. Okay, and what I will do is I'll not add the sheet description. Okay, I'll not add the sheet description. Let's say we will add a sheet description like mobile menu. Okay, now if we'll not add any sheet description, what will happen is it will raise some errors. And class name, let us provide a class name that is hidden. This should be hidden. Will not show this sheet description. Now coming outside the sheet header, I'll add my list items. Okay, so what I will do is I'll write here only space y space y4, space y4. Let us save that. And if it will reload, you can see we are getting this button component sticking to both the side. Okay, so I think we have this mx0. Let us just remove this mx0 class name from here. Okay, I'll remove this mx0, and in this part, we'll not use the cn function. We'll not use the cn function. Okay, now what I will do is also in the curve, this logout button, let us add this mx0. I don't think we need this mx0 option. Okay, so let us see what happens. Let us reload this. If I click on this, we still have this particular logout. Okay, so what is happening here? Let me see. Let me remove this block empty hidden. And what is happening here? Let me see. It's adding some margins from like the right part. Okay, so it's already adding some margins. Hmm, Wait a second. Let me see what's happening here. Why it's sticking to the right. Okay, so I don't know why it's sticking to the right. Let me make it a link. Let us say. mm, what if we add a px6 to this particular part? Okay, I think we should make it flex item center. Okay, and this should be flex ball. Let us see what happens. Okay, it's aligning everything to the centers. Let us align it to the start. Okay, uh, it's like this button is creating one issue. Like if you want that this button is sticking to the right, I don't want that. Okay, I don't want that. This should stick to the right. Cursor pointer. I think this button variance is actually causing one issue. This particular button variance class is causing an issue, like they are not being aligned proper. Let us try to remove this button variance, this host button variance. Let us just remove that and let us save that. Let us see what happens. Okay, now everything is working correctly. We need to have a px4. Let us see what happens. Okay, so px4 fixes all the issues. Now we should have space y6. Okay, space y6. I think this looks good. Okay, this looks good. And also in the main navigation, okay, in the main navigation, what I will do is uh, the main navigation. Let me also remove the button variants from here. They are causing the issues, the gapping issues, and remove all the button variants class from all the links. Let me remove that and we'll add a SpaceX6. Okay, now I think this will look good. Okay, so this looks good, perfectly good. Now we are done with the navigation bar design and also this particular sheet that we are displaying. Okay, and I think we need to fix that. Okay, so let us just go inside this. Okay, and this should be actually text center. Text center. I don't think we need to update this one. Okay, I don't think we need to update this one. Let us just do one thing. Let us just remove this. Let's add a simple div class. Class name will be max w. Okay, let us say 80 vw and w full padding of 8 rem. Let us say px8 py6. Okay, and we will have flex, flex call, item center, okay, justify center, and gap of like, let us say, not gap, actually space y4. And this should look good. This will, okay, let us add a BG gray 200 to this. Okay, and it should be aligned to the center. MX auto and MY8. Let us add 90 VW, max width of 90 VW, 90% of the viewport width. If I'll save it, you can see this looks good. And we should have some rounded borders, rounded LG. Let us save that. And you will have a rounded LG glass. Okay. And what I will do is I'll just copy the text NextJS authentication tutorial. Okay. Copy the text and oh no, what did I just do? Let me just do one thing. Let me see. Before saving this particular thing, let me just copy the class. Okay. So I think I did something wrong. Okay. Div class name. Let me just paste this class and add a text here. Next.js authentication tutorial. Okay. Now you'll see we are getting this Next.js authentication tutorial. But no, no. Okay. So we just have a h1 last name as text4excel underline. Okay, and we'll have this Next.js authentication tutorial text p class text red 500 emphasis. I don't think we had that class. Okay, star. This is only for tutorial purposes. Okay, do not post any sensitive data. Do not post any sensitive data. Let us just save that. And this is only for tutorial purposes. Do not post any. Okay, so do not post any sensitive data. I think we should give it a height. Max h 40 within square bracket notation 40 vh. Okay, and h full. Now what this will do is on any screen size. Okay, on any screen size, what this will do is it will allow the height, allow the container to take maximum height of 40 vh, 40% of the viewport height. And this will be uniform in all the screens. Let us check that. I don't think we are having this 40 vh height. So let's try to refresh that. H full. Why we are not having this 40 vh height? I think we should give it directly the without giving it max h. Uh, Let us give it directly this h40 class. Now I think this looks little bit good. Okay, this is only for tutorial purposes. Do not post any sensitive data. And what we can also do is let us go ahead and grab out an image, like grab out an image from pixels and try to add the image here. What I will do is I'll go ahead to pixels and type in coding. And after typing this coding, you'll get some images here. Okay, so let me download this image. I think this should look good. This particular image here. Okay, so don't we have any hero component here? I don't think we have any hero component here. So what I will do is I'll download any one of the images. Okay, so I think this looks good. Let's say we will download this particular image. Okay, so let's just download this particular image. And what I will do is I'll copy that. I will just copy that image from my downloads, copy this and documents. Okay, documents, YouTube courses, next authentication, and we will have this public folder, hero.jpg, JPEG image. And what I will do is I'll make it a flex container. Uh, Actually, it's having a flex. Okay, so what I will do is I'll make it a flex box. And let me just do one thing. Let me just bring this two text inside a div. Okay, inside a div. And let us do one thing. Let us just have a class name of space y6. Okay, space y6. And what I will do is I will add it. I will have a width of, let us say we will have a width w full. Okay, w full and md w. Let us say we will have 50 vw width, 50 vw width, and I will have another div class name. Okay, class name hidden md block, and md. Let us say we have this 40 vw width, 40 vw. Okay, I think this should look good. So let us try to add the image using the image component by NextJS. Okay, let us just import it from next/image, and let us have one src. Okay, we'll have one src, that is slash hero.jpg. Now it will raise some errors, like it requires the width property. Okay, let us have the width as, let us say we will have 600, and height also 600. Okay, we will have the code. Now let us see what is the issue. It is missing one alt property, alt hero image. Okay, hero image, and you will see it's overflowing throughout the container. Now what I will do is let us add some classes as well. So class name will be uh, w full. Okay, w full, h full, and let us see what happens. Let us reload. Okay, so I think this is just overriding the part. Okay, so width and height are required. Let me make it 100. What if I'm making it 100%? It will just disallow me to do that because it requires an expected value in pixels but received 100%. Let me see. Okay. Let me see what's the computed value of this particular part. Okay, so maximum width is 40 VW. Let me do one thing. Let me inspect this container. Okay, actually this height is causing some issues. Let me remove this height from this container. Okay, now if I close this, now you will see that removing the height actually fixes the issues. Okay, let us do one thing. Let us have some rounded borders here. And let me just have a light background instead of this dark background. Okay, let us have a light background. DGPay 100 is extra light. Just have this. Okay, now what I will do is I'll add a rounded class here. Rounded. Okay, and let me see what's the issue. Hmm, This should have a rounded LG class. Okay, it's having a rounded LG class. Now what I will do is wait for a second. Mm, yeah, to check out. Okay, so what I will do is I will add a relative class here. Okay, a relative class here, and W full, H full, then object cover, and let us see what happens. Okay, if I'll just shrink the screen size, I think we shouldn't make this hidden. Okay, empty block. Actually, what I will do is, I will go here and make this entire container flex wrap. Okay, flex wrap. Now, what this should do is it should automatically. Okay, so let me just flex column. Okay, flex column and empty flex dash row, and let me show what happens here. Now, what is happening here is it should appear on the top. Okay, so what I will do is I'll write here flex reverse. Okay, flex call reverse. Okay, flex call reverse. Now, what this will do is it will reverse the appearance of everything. Okay, let me just trim the size, and it's not having any effect here. Okay, wait a second. Wait a second. Let me try this out. Okay, so first of all, this should be flex row reverse. Let me reload that. Okay, if I'll shrink the size, let me see what happens here. Okay, now this is causing some issues in the gapping of the elements actually. So can I add a gap to that? We are already having a gap, but what I want is, what I want is, I should have. Let us just do one thing. Let us just remove this image. Not remove. Actually, I want to make it hidden on small scale devices. I will not add any more classes here. Okay. So let us just make it hidden on small scale devices. Now what will happen is if I'll shrink the size. Okay. Now you can see. Okay. Now here, actually what's happening is inside this div, let us just write a text start and text center. Okay, and the text start. Okay, now if I'll just wait a second, what happened here? To so empty text start. Okay, now if I'll go ahead and shrink the screen size. Okay, now I think this looks good. Okay, I think this looks good, and we should have a gap between these containers. So let us add a gap of 4 rem. Okay, now we are having a gap of let us say 8. Okay, 8. Now if I shrink the size, we'll have a default gap here. Okay, now I think our home page looks good enough. Okay, so what I will do is now I will push the entire code to GitHub. Okay, so I will end this video here, and in the next video we'll be filling out this sign up page. Thank you everybody for watching this video, and I will see you next time.